Hello, good afternoon, everybody. This is Craig Martin with Fathers on Cue, coming at you with a new episode. Welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to talk about 16 affirmations kids need to hear from you, Dad. Okay. As some of you already know, I'm certified to teach fatherhood class. I'm gonna just share my screen real quick. This 16 affirmations kids needs to hear from Dad is from the National Fatherhood Institute, something that I've received my credentials in to teach the fatherhood course within that organization and through other organizations that I've dealt with over the years where they have fatherhood programs. So, and this is, let me share my screen one more time. This is the handbook for 24/7 Dad Fathering Handbook. And inside of this particular book, on the inside flap, there is this right here, 16 affirmations kids need to hear from you, Dad. And it goes from, I'm just going to scroll down a little bit so you can read a little bit. I'm going to go over each one individually and just give my perspective on what I've done over the years to make sure I reinforce these things for all three of my kids. Because there's nothing wrong with saying please, thank you, and please, thank you, and you're welcome. So, and that goes for anybody. So, and this is just not for boys. This should be for girls as well. Things that they need to hear from you as a father and as a dad. So I'm gonna keep this up as I go through them. And if you ever want to get more resources, share my screen one more time. I think this book is, this is the second edition. There is a third edition out there that you can buy. I think it's $10 for a book. And then they also have, if you're interested in teaching fatherhood course, their certification process that you go through. And then also they'll give you a whole manual on how to conduct a fatherhood class. So a lot of good information from this website right here. Go through it at your leisure. They have brochures. And then they got blog posts, things of that nature that you can read up on. So that's fatherhood.org up here in the top right here. Whoops. Up here in the top, you go to that website and you can check that out for yourself on your own. Okay, let me go back to my other screen. And 16 affirmations kid needs to. I am so proud of you. So a lot of kids haven't heard this growing up. I mean, it's so important to feel like you're being seen and you're being understood. So I'm so proud of you. It so goes a long way. Number 2 is good job. When kids do something good, just say good job. Doesn't take much, 2 words, good job. Number 3, you are beautiful and handsome. Build your kids' self-esteem up. My daughter, I say you're beautiful all the time. My son, you guys are so handsome and you look so much like your dad. But that's funny. You're smart, brave, and creative. Always telling my kids, you are so smart for figuring it out. Or whatever you did that was very creative, how you went about, drawing that picture or coloring that picture or making something, which my son, my oldest boy, is very creative. He wants to do culinary arts, I guess, when he gets older. So he's starting out a little young. He's 13. Number 5 is wonderful how you demonstrate kindness, thoughtfulness, and compassion. And my kids do this all the time. They're always, a couple years ago, my son baked his little brother a cake for his birthday. My little boy is always being kind and doing things for his little sister. And she's always telling her brothers, thank you, and I'm sorry for, she did something to him, because she thinks she's the leader at 5 years old. So she thinks she's running things, but that's okay. And number 6, thank you for helping. I mean, that could be for anything. My kids, they like to help me do stuff around the house. Small stuff, like we moved the other day. We moved the table or something. I said, thanks for helping. And then outside I said, well, thank you for putting that away, or thank you for doing X, Y, Z. Just say thank you every once in a while. And then number 7, you are very good at, and then it could be whatever your child has been very good at over the years. Like my little girl, she just started dancing. I said, you're very good at dancing. Positive reinforcement. Number 8, I believe in you. Wow, that goes a long way. When you feel like your parents have your back. I believe in you. Number 9 kind of goes hand in hand with number 8. You can do it. My son was struggling with schoolwork during the pandemic because he wasn't seeing his friends. He was getting a little bit behind. And I always say, hey, you can do it. Just have to take your time and take it one step at a time to catch up on your work, or whatever you have to do. Number 10, no matter what happens, you can always come to me. And I started telling my kids this at 3 years old, and they could kind of understand. Said, no matter what, you can always come and talk to daddy. Okay. Number 11, I will always be there for you no matter what. And that goes a long way to just let your kids know that, you got their back no matter what, whether good, bad, or indifferent. You're always there to hopefully help them achieve the best outcome. Number 12, you are unique and special, which is true of all of us. We're all unique, we're all special, and we all have certain gifts and talents that we can share with the world. So yes, we are unique and special. Not pedestal special, but we're all unique and special in our own way. Number 13, I'm glad that you are my son or my daughter. Oh boy. Sometimes you hear, and I was just watching a video, I forget the young lady's name on YouTube, that was saying that one of the things you should never ever tell your kids, and the guy came on and he was talking about how his mother, after all these years, said you were never supposed to be born, you were a mistake, and told it to his face. It may seem like that at the time, but kids are never a mistake. So please don't tell your son or daughter that ever in their life, even if you feel that way. I mean, you did what you did, and they're here. So now you got to take care of them. Okay. Number 14, I appreciate you so much. Yeah, that goes a long way too. I would say most and almost all of these, but just say that you appreciate your child just doing. I appreciate how your mind works. I appreciate how you went about achieving that particular goal. Just show that you appreciate them. 15, the day you were born was one of the best days of my life. Absolutely. Absolutely. It changes your life. It never, a comedian said, I never knew I could fall in love with another dude. Yeah, so yeah, well, the day my first son was born, oh gosh, life changing. One of the best days of my life. Still is after 13 years, 13 birthdays. And then number 16, I love you. Wow, powerful right there. Just saying I love you. Not in passing, like look them in the face and say, I love you, son. I love you, my daughter. And be proud to say that, because a lot of kids don't ever hear that in their life. I'm gonna get out of this share the screen, stop my share and come back. So 16 affirmations kids need for you, Dad, is so important. It just shows that you care about your children and their mental health. And just every once in a while, I mean, you can go back to this after the video, freeze the frame and look at it. And I'll bring it back up one more time. Share my screen with the 16 affirmations. Start at the top. And this is something valuable that hopefully you can use in your day-to-day, your week-to-week, month-to-month, year-to-year. And just I'll do those 5, and I'll do these 5. And it's something you kind of know that you've been doing, but it's always good to look back and reflect and really take a more in-depth look at some of the things that you've always been saying. And, as they say, every child is different. So you might have to say different things to different kids to get them to understand that you love them and you appreciate them. Okay. Let me stop my share again. And just to wrap up, I wasn't going to be on here long today. Just wanted to drop those 16 jewels on you guys and let you know that, parenting can be hard. Being a father can be hard. However, there's resources and things out there that can make it a lot easier for you as they get older and moving forward. Also inside that book, 24/7 Dad, Fathering Handbook, in the back of that book, there's ages and stages, which I'll share with everyone later on, where as your children progress, they should be hitting some social milestones, educational stuff, motor skills, things of that nature, just so you can keep track. And, hopefully your kid is on track for reaching those milestones or kind of like in the area. So that'll be a good resource as well moving forward. All right. Thank y'all for tuning in. Once again, Craig Martin with Fathers on Cue. Thank you for tuning in to another episode. And I appreciate y'all. I'm going to hit the outro. Till next time.